Hi everyone, it's Stephen here. I'm going to show you a smart way to build your buy-to-let property investment portfolio that can accelerate your buying power, fast-track your experience while reducing your risks and your costs. Right now, this is you. You're in your comfort zone. This over here is where all the magic happens. What I'm about to share with you will push you outside of your comfort zone, but I hope will give you a light bulb moment in how you can enhance your property investing. Get this right and you'll be on your way to building your own property empire in no time at all. So you can, if you want to, kiss your boss goodbye. Traditionally, buy-to-let investors will find deals, run the numbers, make offers, get a buy-to-let mortgage, get it inspected, complete the purchase, and then rent it out. But there are 4 constraints with this approach. Eventually, you'll run out of money. Your time is constrained by your job, your family, and other commitments. You're taking on 100% of the risk. Your skill level will determine the deals that you look at and the offers that you make. So the key question then becomes, what can be done about these constraints? If you know that you need, for example, 10 properties to become financially free and location independent. But let me know in the comments below which one of these 4 constraints are holding you back right now when it comes to your own buy-to-let property investing. I promise I'm going to read all of the comments in there and answer any questions that you have. So let me ask you a question. When you're in your job, can you get everything done on your own without anyone else's help or support? When you met your partner, did you get to know them first for a while before you moved in with them? When you get in a car, do you simply get in and go, or do you first enter a destination on the GPS? For most of us, when we're at work, we need some kind of support from other people to help us get things done. We like to take potential partners out first to get to know them and see how they experience real life situations with us before we ask them to move in with us. When we get in a car to drive to a new destination, we like to know the best way to get there and then set a course to get there in the quickest time possible with the least amount of aggravation. These same principles can be applied to building a property portfolio. To 10x your ability to build a property investment portfolio that will generate enough income to replace your earned salary, you're going to need to use leverage. And I'm not talking about going to a bank. True leverage comes when you have a network of people who understand your dreams and desires and share the same goals and objectives as yourself. The smart way then to build a property investment portfolio is to have access to a partner. Taking on a partner is a mindset shift and a shift outside of our comfort zone. So far, you've been a me investor. You've focused on me, which comes up against those constraints that I mentioned earlier: money, time, risk, and skill. To build a property portfolio in the quickest amount of time, we need to think in terms of a we investor. There's 2 types of partners that will help us with these constraints that will enable us to achieve our property and financial goals. And these are a money partner and a joint venture partner. Let me explain how each of these work and how you can benefit from having them as part of your property investing team. A money partner is someone who will lend you some money for a fixed return over an agreed period of time. So this could be a friend, a relative, a fellow investor, or even an acquaintance. A money partnership works in exactly the same way like a credit card does or a personal loan would do from a bank. You agree an amount you want to borrow. You agree an interest rate that you're going to pay. You agree over what time frame you're going to be paying it back, and you agree any security against the money lent. The bank of mum and dad can go so far with these types of deals because you might get great rates like 0% interest and you can pay them back whenever you want to. But as you grow and want to do more deals, you're going to have to look outside your own circle of influence and outside of your mates' rates. You're going to have to connect with other fellow investors who want to make a good return on their money, but maybe not get pushed outside of their comfort zone with the types of deals that you're looking for. They just want to make a good return on their money and stay a bit risk-free for a period of time. They typically want a better return than the market can give them at the moment. So let's say it's 10%, and then they're going to want that over an agreed period of time. And let's say that might be something like 12 months. They want an acceptable risk, which is that you've done these types of deals before, your skills, your reputation, your experience, that they'll get their money back in a reasonable amount of time, and it's going to be a hassle-free transaction. To put one in place, you're going to need a loan agreement with security, typically a second charge if you're already getting a loan from a bank as the first position on that property. For example, let's say that you want to borrow £30,000 and you're going to give them a 10% return over a 10-month period. So that means that you would give them £3,000 as the interest, their return on their 30 grand, and they'll get that all paid back to them, the 33 grand, in 10 months' time. To build your reputation, make sure that you always pay on time, ideally exceed their expectations and pay early, and this way you can then use them as referrals going forward. The other partnership is a joint venture. This is where 2 or more partners get together and each of them will contribute time, money, skill, their network, and even their reputation. Just like if you were to work with someone out of the Dragon's Den, they're contributing to it, their network and their reputation, along with any time, money and skill that they're putting into it. I look at partnerships like this. It's better to have 50% of something than 100% of nothing. The difference with a joint venture partnership is they get a share of the output, which is typically either a property or a share of the profits. Joint ventures are typically easier to do when there's actually an exit at the end of the partnership. So you'd probably sell the property or properties if it's a development, and then you just share the profits. It's easier than trying to divvy up property or one property and split the property in half. You can't do it. So selling and sharing the profits is a good way to go with joint ventures. JVs are typically made up of a money partner and a time partner. The money partner's providing the money and the time partner's providing the time and the skill to do the deal. A JV money partner wants to feel the deal. They want to be involved in the actual deal, the process, and see it a bit more closer. Whereas a money partner just wants to be in it for the return. A JV agreement will be written up with clear roles and responsibilities, so each party knows what they're going to be doing. Each party will bear their own input costs. So the time partner will bear their time costs and the money partner will be bearing all the money costs associated with that JV. This is just a simplistic way of how you could structure a joint venture. There's more complicated ways that I'm not going to go into here. You may want to set up an entity such as a limited company where all the partners are named as shareholders on that entity. And it would be this entity that would go and buy the property for the joint venture partnership. So where can you find these types of people? One of the best ways is to go to property network meetings. There's lots of them around. Meetup's a good place to go and find people initially, free groups that are being set up by different people all around the country. Start going to different ones and start telling people what you're trying to do. And word of mouth is another great way. So when you meet people, just tell people what you're doing, what you're trying to achieve, and you don't know what that will spark a conversation that, oh, they're into property investing as well. They've been doing this and this and this, and you want to do this and this and this, and this is your experience. Or they might know someone that knows someone, and therefore something might happen there that you'll find some connection. Approach your advisors such as accountants or solicitor and tell them what you're doing. They may already know some money partners that might be interested in working with clients that are doing exactly what you're trying to do. Ask yourself this question: who do you know already that may be able to introduce you to someone else? By moving outside of your comfort zone and thinking like a wee investor, you're going to be able to accelerate your buying power, fast track your experience, and reduce your costs and your risks. I'm looking to grow my own investor network and work with a few select property investors. So if you want to work with me as a money partner, as a joint venture partnership, please register your interest using the link below. Also, I want to mention that I've got a link below for property data where you and I both can get £75 credit when we sign up to property data. Now, go and watch this video next because YouTube's told me this is the best video for you to watch on my channel. So thanks very much for watching. I really do appreciate it, and I'll see you next time.